Hello and welcome back to the Sir David Wallace Sports Center here in Luga Baruga, as my fellow North Americans would say. But now that I've lived in the UK for long enough, we do know that this is Loughborough.
No, it's the Costa del Loughborough.
Costa del Loughborough. Hey, the sun is shining outside. That's a rarity.
That's why it's Costa del Loughborough.
So, my name is Jess Smith. I will be your lead commentator for today's Men's Shield Final. And I am joined, of course, by Michael Hansen Morris of all of Volleyball England fame. So, Michael, are you looking forward to this match today?
If we have a repeat of the Men's National Cup game in the National Shield, sign us up. Where do we sign? Let's go. Obviously, those that didn't join us last night, an absolute 5-set thriller between Giants and Mallory in the Men's Cup. But this game is so interesting. You've got a team that don't know what a final is in Darkstar, Derbyshire, and then you've got a new team to the NVL and playing Division 3 volleyball in Legends that just have experience everywhere. And how they kind of balance out. Does the weight of a first final bring pressure? Does it have fun? We'll kind of see how that unfolds.
Yes, exactly. I mean, we've got some players here that have a lot of experience on the big stage on this Legend side. But it will be interesting to see, following Darkstar having such a great season, what they can do in this Shield final today.
Yeah, indeed. And again, it's that nature of, they've got experience on the coaching side, Darkstar, right? So you talk about some nerves. You've got a couple of people that have been there and done it in the highest occasion in Audrey Cooper and Maria Bertelli. It's not an easy route to the Shield final. You just bump into different types of teams, different styles. So it's such a gauntlet. It's a little bit different from the Cup because you're playing, obviously, within region early on, but you see so much inexperience. You see different styles. You see scrappy nature. So to come through the route, it's got to give Derby a lot of confidence that they can come and compete in a game that they're probably not favourites in.
Yes, probably, but you're right. It's an interesting thing to go through the Shield because you're absolutely correct about the different venues, and each venue has its own pros and cons. Sometimes you're playing home, sometimes you're playing away. So we'll see how that plays into today. But being here in Loughborough, in the big venue, on the Terraflex floor, we've seen it throw teams off before. And we've seen some teams just absolutely rise to the occasion, as we now have the teams at either end of the court getting ready to go and shake hands ahead of us starting off this National Shield final.
And obviously these two teams obviously don't meet in the season. So again, how much tape is there out there? How much have they actually been able to prep, or how much of this is about just go play your own set of volleyball and kind of react from what you see? It's definitely different in terms of that. So there's not as much scouting going on probably. But again, this is where sometimes the coaching staff scrounge through tape. What have we got? What can we find? We know Derby stream a little bit. So
yeah, we do know Derby stream a little bit, but there's no requirement for either of these clubs to stream, as we have our two referees for today's match. Of course, first referee, Richard Burbage, and second referee today, Gianni Sutton, two very experienced referees to head things up.
Again, you've even got Anna Jiskowska doing the line in this game, which says a lot. Obviously, everyone helping out each other's games in these finals. But I said, the officials all weekend, I think the theme has been what a good job they've done. I think I've seen two cards all weekend, and they both come out on court too, ironically, which kind of says a lot. One in the sitting, and we just had a time delay in the 15s. But
so starting off for Legends Volleyball Oldham, of course, their captain is number 3, Chester Starl. Then we've got number 6, Bartosz Baran. Number 8, Marcin Pachevitz. Number 10, Ben Lucas. Number 11, Rafał Lejewski. Number 14, Archer Zielinski. And number 21, Lukas Tokarzewski.
Yeah, and this Legends team, you talk about it, you don't need to go any further than two names. Ben Lucas, Chester Searle, both know how to win. 3-4 years ago, no one was arguing that Chester Searle was the best libero in the Super League, and now he's rocking out for Legends.
Sometimes it's nice to just play volleyball for fun in a local, your regional league and enjoy yourself.
Well, I'm sure if he was in London, he'd probably still be at Mallory, but he's not.
Incredible tunes in the venue this weekend. As a reminder, if you weren't able to make it this year, do set your dates for next year as soon as those are announced. But we've got Darkstar headed out by their captain, number 1, Ilya Robbins, followed by number 7, Raras Virian, number 4, Traffin Brook, number 9, Sam Williamson, number 12, Charlie Bradbury, number 16, Matthew Howe, and their starting libero, number 11, Sam Miller.
I think it's interesting when you really dig into this matchup, right? You talk about the gauntlet of the Shield. Legends Volleyball, 3-0 in game 1, 3-0 in game 2, 3-0 in game 3, 3-0 in the quarters, 3-0 in the semis. Darkstar, very, very similar. Only dropped one set in the competition, 3-0, 3-1 in the quarters, and they lost that 23-25 to Oxford, and then 3-0 against Army in the semi-finals, and 2 of those sets were to 14 and 11. So you look at kind of the form, you look at the history, like there's going to be fine margin. Neither of these teams know kind of how to lose. I think that first set is going to be crucial to kind of a mindset.
Yeah, definitely agree. As we see, Legend Volleyball are going to start us off with Ben Lucas from the service line. Big jump serve to start things off, but it's wide of the line.
Yeah, we know Ben Lucas has got a big swing on him. He's going to be aggressive. They're going to look for him early. Again, you don't want errors to compound, but you don't mind an early one, just trying to settle into a final.
Yeah, as we've got Bradbury now serving for Darkstar. Good float serve, deep. Handled okay. That's a very tight set. And the point's going to go Legends' way.
Yeah, really nice use of tooling the block there, just to kind of see the double block setup already formed and then just go for that high hand block out. Really safe.
So Lejewski to serve now. That's a good pass here from Darkstar. Out to the opposite, and a great swing opening kill for Brock.
Yeah, really nice cross-court angle, but I think the thing is the movement of the back row of Legends. This is a bit of an older group. How agile are they? If things are out of their range, are they able to kind of cover that ground? Will be an interesting question.
As Brock now serves. Top spin serve, that's a beautiful pass here from Legends. Out to the outside. Good containing block, but well covered. Back again, this time a tip. And Darkstar to the opposite. Good long rally early on in this match, but an open net for for Legends.
Yeah, Pautrovic isn't going to miss on that one. Nice open, but again, a bit slower, a little bit more high ball system, not as much speed. So it's going to give chances for Derby to have those more containing blocks if kind of that rhythm continues.
Pautrovic serves. Slightly out of system here for Darkstar, but the tip
Beautiful.
Is perfect.
Yeah, that's really smart by Matthew Howe to kind of see line given, knowing that it's a little bit deeper in one, that line tip's going to be there onto the 3. The depth of Chester Searle's never going to cover all that ground rotating out of 6. So
Williamson with a hybrid topspin serve. That's a tight pass. It's going to be free ball to Legends though. That's a smart positioning on that free ball. They get the immediate overpass. First middle attack that we've seen. And no 4 touches called on that one. An absolute confusion on the Darkstar side.
Chester Searle, anyone wants to know why he was the best libero? That covered on the initial pancake save was phenomenal. But then just such a casual kick save, but it wasn't just a kick save, it was kick save to a perfect pass. And again, the reach and range is just phenomenal. And it's going to be difficult for Derby. They're going to have to do a lot of work to work around Searle in the back row.
Yeah, as Zelensky puts in his own topspin serve, that's a great pass. Big block from Lucas. Looks like the setter's okay. There was a bit of a collision and a strong swing.
Yeah, beautiful out of system because Charlie Bradbury was on the floor as Vivian made the cover off the block. He kind of made that first contact and just collided. So it took the setter out. Quick recognition to get it out. And again, a little bit flatter, a little bit quicker.
Yep, so Virian up to serve now. Another topspin serve. Ooh, puts a pressure on Searle.
Okay, Chester Searle's human.
We've seen it in, well, we saw it in Kettering. I was going to say this venue, but it wasn't here. It was in Kettering. We have seen him aced once or twice before. Oh, and nearly twice. So free ball here to Darkstar. And they try to take advantage of it with a stack.
Yeah, really disappointing result, but really interesting outcome that they've kind of got a couple of those kind of tweaks and things in the back system that they can run some of that pipe kind of concept routes that you probably more often associate with the women's game. That's what you get from Maria and Audrey. But again, it's effective, and we saw it in the cup final last night. Same thing was effective. Holding middle blockers, opening up one-on-ones.
Tokarzewski with a deep serve, so out of system for Darkstar again. And I like the idea here from Howe.
Yeah, right idea, but at some point you got to execute. Okay, don't go for the winner, go for the shot animal, but you got to get ball in play.
Another deep serve, this time a beautiful pass, and again to the middle on the Darkstar side. It's going to be a... Well, that ball went straight down. So straight down, it went under the net.
That's filthy. That's just vertical. Watch your ankle, don't step on the ball. And Ben Lucas just nodded. Even Ben Lucas just gave a little bit of a, okay.
House serve just long. We are still level here in the early part of this first set as Bartosz Beren is up to the service line. These deep serves really throwing off the Derby serve and receive unit.
Yeah, it's the depth. There's not a lot of pace on a couple of these, but what you're seeing is that late movement, kind of left to right.
This time a little bit shorter, better handled. And another tip, but I think that was actually taken off of Chester Searle. That's a great chase, but just shy of make its way back over the net. Reminder to those of you that do play front row, when you have a good libero behind you, do not reach behind you. Do not. If it's Chester Searle behind you, definitely don't reach behind you.
Fair.
Good pass here from Chester. Ben Lucas gets up there and then puts the feather touch on it.
Yeah, good read by Robbins though, right? Kind of saw the double going, anticipated the tip, okay, half a step slow, but that's even just going to put another question in Ben Lucas's mind. But what's key right now, through a full rotation, it's 7-7. Both teams are really effective in their side-out game right now, and I think that'll be probably a bit of positive for Derby.
Ben Lucas with a tough topspin serve, so it's going to be a free ball back to Legends. Searle with the first touch, but a big block.
Setting decisions, right? This is what we talked about in the men's final yesterday. That ball was never, ever going anywhere other than that, and that allowed every kind of anticipation of what was going to come and kind of made it set. So I think it's super important that you kind of mix up those decisions and really push them out to the opposite side.
Ooh, that's a very tough serve. Out of system here for Legends. Good containing block touch. Leads to a decent pass.
Good ball.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's an absolute great set. if you're asking your outside hitter, where would you want the ball to be? I don't think he'd place it any better. He was deep enough in the attack. It was close to the net to be aggressive. It wasn't too tight. It was a really smart decision.
It was, and good for Brock as well to get well wide out as he knew that ball was coming from behind the 3-meter line. This serve from 1 to 5 here is really tough, but good block coverage on the Legend side. Their first attempt at a middle attack. Scramble here for Darkstar, so it's free ball. To the middle again. This time goes down.
Yeah, Rafael Lejeski, the awareness of that first set wasn't great. So to go with the left hand instead, adjust the angle. As you said, he hadn't seen a ball all day, so he's probably a little bit ramped up, ready to go. But to make that quick adjustment and then second time through, get it into his hitting zone and find a winner.
Better pass this time from Darkstar. And again, out to that outside pin, but this time it's Virian.
No defense of that. Beautiful cross-court angle. Really smart, and Derby have done a really good job controlling tempo early.
Brock puts in a serve. Lucas steps across Sarl, and we are finally going to get
lift, double touch.
Lift, yeah.
That could have been on the setter and the middle.
I'm going to go with the setter on that one. It was more about that first between the hands.
Put it this way, that won't be making a highlight reel.
No, wouldn't have expected so. But that serve is also not making the highlight reel.
Nope.
Good deep serve, but that's much better handled here from Darkstar. To the opposite this time.
Just long.
Just long, but you can see the decision making.
Yeah, you're fine with that if you're the coaching staff by Virian, really good. And again, important to look at angles, right? It's not hitting, that's really trying to push away from hitting at gaps and more happy to hit those seams as that one. Oh my Lord! Hello! That is, that is shanked pass, but that's a shanked pass from the balcony that we never expected to see. That is the worst serve of the season, hands down.
I mean, to nearly, well, JC had to literally strike that ball to keep it from taking out the streaming equipment as we see a great swing there.
I really wish we were on the opposite camera. We've got a very remote, like zoomed out baseline high angle camera. At camera level it was, you'd be amazed that that ball lifted, not rised. We missed a point in two in the main, but who cares? Like that serve was just, was it James Ledbury or Ollie Tuck that we had worst serve of the season?
Ledbury.
I can't remember.
It was Ledbury. Yep.
Yeah, Ledders hit the back wall halfway up at Newcastle, which isn't easy. Nathan Fullerton did, but no, that was fun.
Oh yeah, you were courtside yesterday. We were talking. JC and I were talking about that while you had headed down there. As we have another one of those long serves, but not as wild as that first one.
No. Let's settle down, everyone. More me. But again, really dynamic opening final, right? 13 all. We talked about Derby maybe perhaps being the team that had more reason to be nervous. The fact that they settled in, I think they'll be really happy with the opening 25 points.
Yep. Definitely agree. Virian trying to go in with the roll, but Ben Lucas with that vertical.
Yeah. If you're going to roll, you have to roll high. You can't. You'd rather be long and almost give them a free ball than short into the block. Ben Lucas is so athletic.
As Tukazeski puts in a serve. Good pass here, out to the outside this time. And down the front of the block.
Again, that's where Derby seemed to have the most success, is trying to push the ball all the way out to that left-hand side. That's an area they seem to have targeted, and you wonder at what point do Legends make a blocking adjustment.
Look at who we have in the chat. Ooh, that's a smart tip, but well covered. And this time it's block out.
There's your blocking adjustment. At least you get there, it's out, but there's an adjustment. Yep. A little bit quick on the middle, more of the double block. We say that's James Ledbury. The question is that the real James Ledbury?
Will the real James Ledbury please stand up? As
Over.
an overpass, but what a block. So tough to go up with an overpass against a setter, whether it's a block or a joust. As Barron goes back to serve. This time going a bit shorter. Outside again, starting to look a little one-dimensional.
One-dimensional, but that wasn't the issue with that. That was just a bad set. It was so wide. The odds of getting that in between the antenna and the block without getting it returned, you have to take a risk in that spot.
Yep.
The only other thing is maybe some sort of really sharp tip, but again, that was all on the set. But it's the first time we've really seen a setting error.
A little bit of a misconnection there on the timing, and then collision.
Chester Searle nearly sent his own player to hospital.
Yep.
You talked about if Chester's in there, make a read, but watch. Oh, that's the wrong game. We'll not worry about that. We're having a bit of a replay issue. But Chester Searle covers so much ground.
Yep.
There's no way anyone else in the world, in England, gets to that. So, I understand it, but he nearly took out his own player.
Tight pass this time.
Oh,
Middle.
great set.
Oh, that's a great pickup here. So setter's out now, but it's going to be a free ball here. Free ball overpass, block out kill. Really lucky here for Darkstar, I think.
Yeah, Zielinski will want that one back in terms of the overpass. But again, credit the Legends block, because that was a really tricky just a little back set for the quick run middle. And again, you didn't really see that. Again, Derby just so varied in this offense. But that's what you have to do against this team that's got experience, as that's perfectly put into the back corner by Pauchevich.
Yeah, really smart swing from him. Just, a bit of a rolling shot over the top of the block and directly into that back corner. As you can see, Maria Bertelli just having a chat with Captain Robbins as he makes his way to the bench. And that is an insane serve.
And that's what we talk about. Ben Lucas is gonna be aggressive. He's okay making a couple of errors because he's got so much quality that 8 out of 10 it's gonna pull off. And when you can dot lines and really crash the seams, you're gonna have so much success. There's not a lot you're gonna do as a back row in that service receive unit trying to deal with that. And it's a really smart timeout by Audrey Cooper there, just to slow the momentum, because Legends have just started to wake up a little bit.
You can see, agree on the timing of the timeout. There's a 3-point delta here. It's been neck and neck up to just a few moments ago in this opening set. So if the opening part of this set is any indication of how the rest of this match is going to go, I'm very excited for it. So Ben Lucas out of the timeout, and first referee just reminding the Legends players to spread apart.
No screening.
No screening allowed.
Not in 2026.
No, you have to be at least a meter apart. That's a tough serve out of the timeout, but decent handling. Good touch on the block. Sarl to set. And the setter for Darkstar with a block of his own.
Yeah, Charlie Bradbury there, right on time. Again, didn't need to move much, but credit the middle, because that's all the work of Sam Williamson to kind of close the gap, to get there quickly and kind of, again, reduce angles and choices.
Bradbury serves, and that drops like a stone.
Out. Half a meter in. Really great serve. And none of us have really seen Charlie Bradbury play, but he's having a phenomenal start to this final. That service pressure now as well. You probably choose a different serving target. Does he go line?
He's been serving that 1 to 5 consistently. That's a tough angle. Well handled. And the middle is blocked.
Massive by Lejeski there. That's all of a sudden you're thinking tied up end of set one, and Lejeski just reads it.
Yeah, really great commit from him. We've seen Darkstar be pretty effective through the middle so far. But excellent to recognize this time that that's where it was going. Decent pass, and a little too far inside, dying for Virion.
Yeah, and don't forget Virion's a little bit better on that right side, so the fact it was underset, it really reduces angle because he's more used to swinging cross. So that being so far out, as again, Derby going to talk it over with the 2 in a row, and obviously it's the business end of the set. Another point, and really it's probably set over, so really smart timeout, but again, just a couple of little mistakes creeping in, maybe a little bit of nerves from this Darkstar team, but again, even if this set doesn't go well, like, there's enough in this, like, as a coaching staff and as a player mentally, that you believe you can win this final, and that's probably all they wanted, coming in as perhaps the underdogs and trying to understand the occasion as much as anything else.
Yeah, I've really liked the decision making. I mean, we've seen Darkstar, they're running a 2 libero system. They've got Virion as a passing opposite in some of the rotations. So they're doing something a little bit different at times, and it seems to be working for them so far. That's a good pass here to start us back off. This time the opposite. Good cross-court swing. Lucas from the backcourt with a deep push. Oh.
So that's all on Baron. That first contact on that dig was phenomenal. The way he just opened up his chest to get the body in line, it wasn't the cleanest, but everything was just parallel and it made it so easy.
Perfect pass here to the outside on a one-on-one, just wide. Those are the moments in a final like this when you've got that one-on-one situation off the back of an excellent setting decision. You've got to get that ball in. Good pass again here. A little too easy on the B-ball. Out of system to the opposite. That's a good pickup.
Better.
And this time from the opposite position, Brock comes in.
But you talk about it, the B-ball, Jess, but it was kind of one of them that it was a B+. It almost travelled all the way to the outside, so I don't know which one the setting target was.
And that long to bring up set point number 1 for Legends Volleyball Oldham. So Pachovitz to serve for Legends. And that's wide of the line. Similar, I think, to that very first serve that we saw of the match.
Yeah, and we're going to have a serving sub for Darkstar. Obviously, middle going back to the back row. So a little bit of serving, a little bit of defense as well, as Tim Riekles will check in for Derby, needing 4 in a row. We have seen service runs like this all weekend.
Interesting serve set up there, as this is an ace. What a way to come off the bench and make an impact for your team.
Yeah, it's a great first serve. Interesting that no one from Legends was alive enough to maybe go make a play, because that was wide of the antenna.
Yes.
So that was a playable ball.
Interesting, he's standing right at the baseline. Unfortunately, service error there following that ace.
Yeah, fifth one of the set for Derby. Rough way to lose it, as the Legends players reminding that we need to follow normal rules of going round the courts, not through the courts.
Yes.
But I think ultimately it's, can Darkstar reduce errors? You're talking 12 errors in that set. So half of Legends' points were won. Derby had more aces, they had more kills. So like the blueprint is there, but also some of that is Legends defense, right? You know, especially in certain rotations with Lucas and Searle backcourt, those two are going to dig a lot of balls. So you have to be a bit more aggressive as well. So trying to find that hybrid balance between aggressiveness and cutting down errors and things like that is kind of a balancing act. But again, there's plenty of positives. The decision making's there, but ultimately at this stage of the season, it's about execution. So can they continue to do that at a consistent basis? Because every time they didn't, they got punished.
Yeah, agree. I'm going to slightly disagree with you about the aggressiveness, because I don't think they necessarily need more power, because we've seen quite a lot of points there where Derby put in a bit of a rolling shot, and then what you see on the Legends side is two players colliding in the defense, which puts them into a bit of a scramble. They are still recovering really well, but could you take advantage of that if you're Darkstar?
Yeah, you're right in that, but I'm talking if you look at how many swings were wide, and a lot of the cross-court big swings, they definitely varied their shots more, but the tend is that the errors have come from oversets, and rather than getting ball in play, trying to find winners, and that's why I kind of escaped that. But I think for Legends, it's very easy to get back the other side. It's their positioning and their kind of experience. They're really good at just reading angles. Where is the block? Where do I just need to shift that half a meter either side to have that base platform to make a play?
Yeah. As the players make their way back onto the court. Doesn't look like we have any changes for Legends, as we've got Lucas, Baran, Tokarczewski, Pachovitz, Lejewski, and Zelensky on court, and of course for Derby, doesn't look like there's any changes either. We've got Williamson, Bradbury, Virian, Howe, and Brock. As Bradbury will start us off. Still serving that 1-5. And this time the long push is well read from Darkstar. It's a good containing block touch, so easy pass here. And the tip this time, oh, that's a beautiful pickup. Still in play here as Ben Lucas touches the block, but it's well covered. Exactly the type of free ball pass that you want to see. Chester Charles is tested, and complete breakdown of communication on the Legends side.
That's such a shame. That is a terrific rally. Both libs making ridiculous pickups. Middle attack dug up, and then you just break it down with a little bit of out of system. And again, super high level.
As Bradbury this time into the net. Yeah, I completely agree with you. That one-armed pickup from Joseph Spencer on the Darkstar side was a thing of beauty. And of course, Chester Charles coming in with a beautiful dig of his own. As we now have Ben Lucas at the service line. Beautiful pass. And an off-speed shot. And a roof.
But that, again, is a monster block. It's a great press. But again, it's the awareness. This in set one, this is the aggressiveness. That ball was not going in play in set one. But the elevation, the press on that, just to send the ball down, it's a beautiful piece of coverage on the block. And a not so beautiful serve. And again, it's interesting that Derbyshire are having to want to keep being aggressive, put the service pressure on.
That brings Lejewski up to serve. Another not so great pass here. So it's going to be an awkward tip from the middle. And a containing block touch, but...
Great shot choice. Block is there. It's a slow, high ball. Go for the high hands.
Lejewski serves again. Out to the opposite. I like that. Great choice of set. Smart use of Virian here, because you can see the block is edging out towards the outside, which gives him that gap.
Yep. Decision making so important at this stage of the season. Again, Derby have done a really good job trying to open up one-on-ones. Again, a nice little change from Legends. First time we've really seen the middle involved on a kind of that B-ball, a little bit more wide, a lot more ground for the middle to cover.
Really tough as well from a serving perspective. When you're serving at Legends, when you've got Chester and Ben Lucas in the serve receive, who do you? Oh, another one.
I love the golf celebration. I mean, that one was literally halfway to Leicester. But the problem is right now, Darkstar's serving's kind of disappearing. That's third service error of the set, and again, can't contribute half the points to this Legends team. They're too good to give them half, 50% of their points, but that's where Derby on track for.
That's a good pass, but that set's too wide.
The only good news is he's okay, because that was a scary one where he had to cover a lot of ground. Did Matthew Howe to get there, and there was only one place you were ever colliding with, trying to keep that ball, and that was the stand.
Yep. As Zielinski will serve again here. Great pass off that tape trickler. And again, that set looking a little too wide for Howe.
And this is kind of the pressure moment. I think the next 5-10 points and how Darkstar respond may sit this whole tie up. If this gets to like 5 or 6, which a rotation fault won't help with.
That's really unfortunate, as it was a service error there from Zielinski. Darkstar seemed a bit confused about what's actually happened with this with the rotational fault.
Well, whatever the explanation they got from Gianni Sutton on the far side, not happy with. And now Richard Burbridge, who, by the way, heard that entire conversation, says it in a slightly different way. Matthew Howe goes, "Oh yeah, you are right." It's a really good piece of communication.
Really out of system here for Derby. Smart roll shot to keep that in play, but a big power swing. Veering from the outside, and so many tape tripping balls on that play.
Yeah, not ideal if you're Legends. Like, you're in control of that rally. You don't get the swing and 2 net cords go against you. But again, you can see the patience immediately by head coach Rafał Lajewski there, just saying, just calm down, we're good, we're okay. You can't beat us that way continuously, as now we get a rotation error by Legends.
Interesting to have 2 rotational faults here.
Immediately a hand up from Marcin Pautrovic to say, yeah, he was in the wrong spot. I think he was meant to be, yeah.
Yep, he's meant to be in 6.
Yep. And he lined up in 5.
Scramble here, but Ben Lucas.
Ooh. Ben Lucas absolutely annihilated that volleyball. Wasn't the best opportunity to swing, but we have a look at it again. Out of system, just a bump set, and he just lets go. And again, right defensive decision, come off the net.
Yep.
But I mean, good luck trying to rescue that one.
Somehow that's a decent pass here, out to Brock. Good high hand swing, but the defense is there. Lucas again takes some off at this time. That's a good dig. Veering from the backcourt. And the overpass absolutely smashed.
Yeah, no libero on court, which definitely contributed. But again, the decision to mix up the attack, the roll issue from the pipe, from the 10 ball. Again, Derby really moving the ball around, trying to keep the Legends block from really forming up. And again, that's more of a long-term game as it is short.
Robin's serve is well handled. Ben Lucas again to the hot hand.
It's a beautiful seam kill. It's one of the first times Sam Williamson hasn't got out there in time. He just got held on kind of that middle option. He wasn't able to fully commit, and that just left the room, and Ben Lucas is too good.
To the outside here for Derby. This time, small seam in that block.
Yeah, beautiful by Brock. Just talked about a seam in the block a minute ago. There's another one. Brock again, just doing enough to work it away from the back line, just a serve over there, like anything within his arc, he's making a dig. So really smart, really patient, but again, the speed is important as that one is really well read by Brock. Again, Ben Lucas going for the tip and just the early aggressive nature, and you can see it again. Just watch right now. He delays the jump a little bit from the middle.
Not sure exactly what happened as we were watching that replay instead of
It's a Legends point.
Yep.
I don't know how, I don't know why, and there's also no argument from Matthew Howe, which is a good sign.
And this time, let off for them as Lucas puts that serve long. I'm wondering if that was a screen.
No, because you wouldn't reverse the point.
As Brock goes. And again, that net tape just giving Darkstar a bit of time to get it adjusted, but when you've got a block like that.
That's Lejeski covering ground, going off the right foot, really accelerating to help close it out. It's not the most athletic block, but what it is an experienced block. The angles of the hands, the timing of the jump is really contributing. And a bit of height helps.
Yes. And this time the one-on-one, they take much better advantage of it. And they get another one-on-one here. Tip is well handled. Middle's going to set that ball. Containing block touch. Oh, and somehow they do keep that in play despite a bit of confusion. And that ball somehow rolled into the backcourt. It looked a little weird. I thought it was going way long.
Weird is a good word. I don't know if that was the intended shot. I mean, I'll give him credit for it because it was a perfect winner as Darkstar tool come out. But again, it all comes from the defense, right? Barron with just a terrific defensive play to kind of keep the ball alive. Darkstar scrambling, and as soon as you go out of system, again, this Legends team has so much experience, so much composure. They know what they want to get to in three balls. They're going to make the little reads, and it just opens up the angles to take advantage of.
Yeah. I mean, I think Darkstar did well to keep that ball in play. There was a collision between the libero, which I think at the time was Miller.
Yeah.
And I can't actually remember who the other player was.
It was the setter, right? Trying to get to it.
Potentially. There was a bit of a collision between them, and then somehow Miller got himself turned around, had no idea where the ball was, but still kept it in play. That's a good pass from him. As that down the line.
Yeah, beautiful from Howe, but
perfect execution off the back of a timeout here for Darkstar. Legends still looking in control, though, as Williamson from the service line. That's a very tight pass.
Not tight, an overpass.
Indeed.
And easy as you like for Howe, who's feeling confident. He's had a much better second set. And all of a sudden, again, that momentum's just starting to flip. Darkstar just able to maintain composure right now.
And somehow that's an incredible dig from Williamson. And the block touch as Howe does not get his hands closed in time to deal with that monster swing from Pachovic.
Sam Williams is heading to the bench Sam Williamson, going, what more do I have to do? I'm a middle, I'm in 5. Ben Lucas is hammering a volleyball at me, and I make a really good defensive play. Yes, it goes over the net, but to kind of not win the point of that is such a shame. The Darkstar crowd were off their feet.
So Pachovic to serve.
Great serve.
That's a decent pass. It's not the best in-system pass, but smart play. Huge.
Great serve. Doesn't matter when you can make an even better pass.
That's such a smart tip, though, from Howe. As we have a serving substitution here for Darkstar, where we've got Nahom Teweld to come on to to make his debut in this Shield final.
Someone in the chat wanted it, and they've most definitely got it.
Yep. It's a good serve, but Lucas handles it well. And a well-formed block on the outside, and that's a great swing, though.
Yeah, Miller was in good position. Unfortunately, just couldn't control it with the power. But again, Darkstar are more and more, we're talking about being able to get a contact. So again, you'll be pleased that you're just making those little tweaks within the scheme to put some pressure on the clean kills aren't coming as easily.
And little let off there for Darkstars. That was a good, what looked to be a pretty solid block. But block out kill.
We've seen it so many times, right? That high looping block that goes in and just suddenly just dies in the back corner. That one just drifted long, but right idea.
Yep. These short serves not really putting a lot of pressure on Legends, but that's a beautiful dig from Spencer. And then the tip leads to a self-coverage, and great choice to go quick middle there.
What did we just say 2 points ago, right? You'll be okay if you're Derby and Sam Miller by making contact. You didn't win it, but long term you're going to win. You're going to make digs. You're in the right position, and there again, making the read, being able to this time dig Ben Lucas, and again, winning the point now.
Not the best pass here from Legends, and this time Ben Lucas trying to go cheeky over the block, puts it long.
And all of a sudden it's quick timeout. Legends 15-15.
And we've talked about how that, mental strength is so important at this Cup Finals weekend, and these are the moments that it really comes into play. We've seen Darkstar make a good couple of changes, not, nothing massive, nothing that we can specifically say, hey, it was exactly this, but they've just tightened things up a little. The setting decisions have gotten a little tighter as well.
It's defense.
Yes.
It all stems from block touches and then being able to position the back row around what block you're kind of putting up. And again, if Darkstar can continue to be in the right place, again, it's just going to drag this game out. Reminder that Legends haven't gone long all season. Everything's 3-0. So they are a bit more of a veteran group as well. So potentially if you can drag this to a 4 or 5, you might have a bit of an advantage.
Better pass here, and that block just caught off from that quick middle.
Yeah, it's a really good decision by Tokareski, because the block was there early, but he managed to kind of go just tighter to the net, but instead play for a lower kind of forearm on the press.
And this time, it's Brock with the really big jumps. Lucas on the other side. That's a great leave to let that ball go long.
It is, but it isn't in a funny way, right? That's it's a good lead, but it's also I'm probably not getting there once it hit the net tape. If not, I'm definitely not controlling it. So it's an educated decision.
Yeah. And that just long. Nervy leave there on a service error. We haven't seen one in a while now from Darkstar.
Yeah, made the adjustment. And again, we always talk about there's good missed serves and there's bad missed serves. Anytime you're really thinking about can you play it or if memory bank for later in the game that might drop is super important, as Ben Lucas does a terrific job recycling off the block.
Yep, he then gets the out-of-system set, so it's going to be free ball this time to Darkstar. And the set goes to the outside. That's a great swing. As Bradbury makes his way back to the service line. Still going that 1-5 serve. And Lucas with an open net.
The one player in this gym that should not get an open net is Ben Lucas. He's not ever going to miss this ball. The day he does is the day he needs to hang up his volleyball shoes and retire. It's like an extra Christmas present.
And that brings him up to the service line. He takes a little bit off this time. Beautiful pass and straight to the middle, but of course, Chester is there. Confusion, so it's a free ball to Darkstar. And this time, it's Brock.
Ben Lucas, anything you can do with an empty net, I can do with a block. That is absolutely crushed in the seam. Chester Sell just stands and watches. I'm almost surprised he didn't break into a round of applause.
He takes some off his serve as well.
Smart. Oh!
But what a block this time from Howe.
Matthew Howe, that is a monster shutdown.
How steep is this?
How good is that?
How good? As good as you'd see anywhere in England. That is a absolute rejection of the highest quality.
Targeting Chester still.
Another one.
And this time going for the block out hand. No touch. Oh,
yes, touch.
We do have a touch called. Yep.
Yeah, touch.
And of course,
clearly a touch.
Howe is over there admitting straight away. He's like, yeah, it was a good
Anna
point.
Jikowska was blocked out, I think, by the seam. So second judge right on it, and a really good decision. You talk about how to get bounce back from being roofed. We'll go for high hands. Understand they're going to try and do the same thing.
Ooh, mistiming there, but what happened on the legend side? I mean, no Chester on the court.
The mistiming worked because everyone froze, and now you're trying to anticipate what happens. Is it a free ball? And all of a sudden, now it just delays.
So we're going to have a serving sub for Darkstar. Going to see Riculus make his way back onto the court. Perfect pass from Lucas here. He gets it back through the pipe. So it's going to be a scramble. Free ball here from Darkstar. Ooh.
Chester Sell, too much.
And that ball's called in. My question as well, though, did the two players not make that first touch together? Because if they did, that should be 4 touches.
It's a good question. I wonder if that's maybe what the quick question was, going up to Richard Burbridge. But that's the problem with a libero, and we've seen it once or twice with Ari Sierra, almost trying to do too much.
Yeah.
Like Searle was in 5, trying to get to 1.
As Petrovic tries to take out the Darkstar coach.
Yeah, if it's possible to say ball don't lie, if there was a double touch there, that would have been the one.
As Nahom with his second, maybe third serve, sorry. Lucas from the pipe, long again.
Yeah, and Legends are going to use one of their only timeout left just to talk it over. As Darkstar have really done a good job staying composed. Question is now, can you close out the set? Like, you kind of feel like against this Legends team and the experience, if you go 2 sets down, it's going to be a very difficult way to get back into the final. So this kind of feels like a must-win moment.
It does, especially with their leading right now 22-20. And thank you to you guys at home to tell me that it's Nahome. I appreciate the correction to the pronunciation. We do want to get things right here.
Yeah, put it this way, we're not going to get 250 names tonight over the weekend, so any chat assists we will more than take.
As Nahome back to the service line to start us back off after that timeout. It's a good serve in, but it's well handled, but it's an awkward ball. And then Chester on the defense. And that is such a great swing.
Bartosz Baron, that's not a normal time and place to go 10 ball. You're kind of drifting out to 2. So to just basically pop it up almost exactly where you are, make sure you're out the way to go for the swing, really smart, and a great decision on the hit as well to go line.
Zelensky's serve is really well handled. So it's going to be a free ball here back to Derby. Out. Contained. Out again. Smart tip with the kick shot. That ball was through the antenna, so no recovery allowed for that one from Lucas. Howe serves. Short one this time. That's a huge read from Spencer on that setter dump. But free ball here for Legends. And Nahoma can't quite make the pancake. Great heads-up play there from Ben Lucas. Second time out here now for Darkstar.
Yeah, just trying to talk it over. Understand if you can get one good pass, what do you want in terms of offense? Where are you going to go? Because it's been a really varied offense in this set. So what type of action do you need? Where do you want to go in terms of direction of serve? I think it's going to be super important as well, just to understand that you've probably got some success through the middle. So kind of using some sort of maybe concept here to kind of draw the middle to open up the one-on-one is probably what they're talking about. But this is where Maria Bertelli and Audrey Cooper are so good, knowing as the captain's called immediately up to the chair as well. So a lot going on.
Not sure exactly what's going on there, but that serve is long, but picked up. And the open net. Oh, that's not the moment.
It's interesting though, right? Because again, it wasn't a good pass, but the set from Bradbury wasn't perfect, but it got the outcome as Naomi again struggling on serve receive.
Yep, as this free ball for Legends. That's good containing block on Lucas. But a free ball back because that set's too low for Patrovics. And this time, Brock makes it through.
Yeah, so that's clearly the decision. We're going to Brock. That's where our hot hand is. That's the one we trust. So to go back to him, really, really good, getting the confidence. And now the question is, can you find an appropriate serve? No libero on court with the middle serving.
Yep, as Sam Williamson makes his way back on court as a reversal of that serving substitution that he had. And the tape trickler is Chester Searle in front of the 3-meter line on that ball anyway. Who knows? Doesn't matter because at the net, we have the monster block of Williamson. Nope.
DJ. We need the monster block. That was absolutely, that basically came back on the Derby side of the net. That is an absolute textbook. And I say, why not? We've got 3 minutes to fill. We could just put this on for 3 minutes. That literally lands on the center line.
It does land on the center line. I mean, it's great there to see that ball picked up even because that's a tough serve, but it is on the center line. You're not going to get any more shutdown than that.
What a way to win a set.
Excellent. So we're tied up. It's going to be a race to the next 2 sets, potentially 3 sets. We'll see what happens. We'll be back with you guys.
Home, right?
No, not if it's good volleyball. Didn't you say that before we started commentating?
Exactly my words.
So, love that, exactly. Okay, we will be back with you guys in just a couple of moments' time ahead of set number 3. Right, we are back here for the start of set number 3. We've got no changes on either side of the net as Ben Lucas is going to get us started off for this set. And his big serve into the net, and there we see a performance from the best Greater Manchester Division II player that ever lived. Bradbury still going for that 1-5 shot. What a dig between the open block. And another dig, but it's going to be a scramble. Howe gives a free ball. This time with an open net.
That is such a beautiful set. Derby did well to stay in this rally, but just drew him in on the middle play. It was going there, and then just out of nowhere the depth attack, and again, open nets are not going to be missed.
Oh, that's a good pass here, and that's
just wide.
Just wide. I like the idea. I feel like we're going high hands. But Legends with a decent start here for set number 3. Good pass here. And Bubble on the block gives Darkstar the point. Traffin Brock, though, so prolific from the net.
Yeah, super smart. Again, decision making so premium as that one nearly hits the roof.
Nearly. And again, you can see the ball is going, but the power from Pachovics.
I think the interesting thing is Legends are having to take a bit more risk. That this block is really making an impact. So they're having to go a little bit tighter to the net, and they're going to probably put some in the net because of it.
Yeah. Varian with a containing block touch. That's a great dig from the libero. Manages to keep himself legal. And another dig. Huge. Can Darkstar? No, it's going to be a free ball. Sorrel with the set. Triple block. Covered. Varian here. Block out. Huge for Darkstar. That is a momentum point if I have ever seen one.
Not even a momentum point. That is just absolutely ridiculous. Chester Searle may not even be the best libero on the court right now. Sam Miller, back-to-back pickups out of nowhere.
Varian, who was very quiet in that second set, huge in that point. Perfect pass. And this time, the middle can't be beat.
Again, just to have run a little bit more gap. Yes, still quick balls. Yes, still going through the middle, but just to run a slight seam gap, just to separate the blocker. Such a smart decision from setter and middle to be on the same page.
That's a tough serve from Zielinski, but beautiful pass straight to the middle. Free ball here for Darkstar. And just a little bit of a misconnection, but good read. Scramble here. Free ball for Legends. What do they do with it? Of course they go to Ben Lucas.
But this level of volleyball is so impressive. The decision making, the IQ. Teams are really going deep into the bag of tricks. They know they have to pull everything out right now. If you play 80%, this isn't good enough.
Big serve. Oh, that's not the best pass, but usable. And what a swing from Howe.
Matthew Howe wasn't good in set 1 by his standards from what we've seen in set 2 and set 3. He's really come alive. Smart decision making, different types of shots. It's a high level again. And right now you kind of feel like Derby are the ones that are asking more questions.
They are, despite the fact that they are down just 2 points in this third set following that service error from Varian. And that brings up Tokarzewski to serve. Shanked pass, but it can be recovered. Oh, that was going to be a pipe attack, but it's confusion all around as Ben Lucas on the high hands.
Really smart decision from the setter, right? Out of system to play it. So instead of going out of system, how do you set the ball on one? Just go to your best player on one.
Especially when you know your opponents are still trying to recover from having to chase that ball down. But Tokarzewski into the bottom half of the net. So that's a good pass here from Legends. And somehow Pachevitz making his way between Brock and the antenna.
Yep. Line judge right there on it. Was definitely close to the line.
Howe from the service line, deep but well handled. Two-handed push from Lucas. And shoot! Barron for Legends on Brock.
That's a setter, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Anything you middles can do, anything you outside. Well, here's one coming right back at your feet too. Lovely elevation, not so lovely a serve.
Oh, there's always that pressure of you score a point to bring yourself back to the service line. You're pumped up from that point, and sometimes you don't want to over-pressure the serve and put it out. So you try to take some off, and then into the net it goes. Chester Sorrell is beaten from that serve. What a moment from the captain for Darkstar. This time targets the outside, and a big block from...
Net touch. Oh, double. I thought he clipped the net, but no, it was... Obviously, it's one of those rules. If that stays internal, you're getting away with that. But the ball going over, no. Richard Burbridge right on it. He's had a terrific season. And again, spot on, no arguments.
Big serve, that's a great pass. Oh, and that's a smart play from the middle.
Yep. Again, the adjustment, and that's the experience of this Legends team. Right? That's your coach in Rafael Lejeski.
It is now 9-9, which somebody actually texted me about that earlier to say,
good old Clayton Lucas.
Exactly.
We definitely should have been synced up on that. We apologise, Clayton.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. The roll shot, really well covered here from Bradbury.
It's always 2026, 2027, right?
Great swing from Virian, but good recovery here, so free ball to the middle.
That's a killer.
Yeah.
You did a really good job controlling the rally. I think maybe just a little bit impatient by Vivienne. Like, you're a front row hitter in that slot. Let one of your back row attackers take that ball so you can really be depth, and it really limited the options that they had for a setting. Oh, it was back row, but okay.
As Ben Lucas with this heavy topspin serve into the net, and it's Legends in this set that are struggling to get their serves in.
Yeah, it's a couple by Ben Lucas in this set.
But 4 serving errors in total in the 20 points that have been played so far, as Bradbury continues that straight serve. Huge containing block touch. Can they chase it? Oh. There's
another one as the ball were kind of using the ball rollers to move the balls down the end of the court. That was just awkward position. Chester Searle straight up to double check, but yeah, the Derby defender trying to track that back had to make sure he had avoided the ball as well. So it is going to be a bit of a shame for Legends, luck of the roll, but again, it's not an unnatural thing to see.
No, I mean, I feel like Darkstar were in a good position to get that ball chased down. bit unfortunate for that to happen. The ball boys and girls are doing a great job, but can't really anticipate something like that happening. To the outside, and Legends do indeed get that point in the end. Decent pass here to the opposite. That's a great swing. Huge.
Yeah, off the kind of the forearm. It wasn't even the wrist there. It was halfway down the arm, but we were right behind that. That took a visible deflection. Anna Jiskowska on the line right on it as well. Great serve.
That's huge from Brock, forcing the overpass. Howell from the outside, but well managed. And this time, it's Legends from the middle.
Really good decision. They've really started to get the middles involved. They've understood the middles can't go as tight to the setup. They need to kind of move around a little bit.
That brings Patrovics up to serve. JC, ready your blocking hands. Nope.
No, he's not.
Nothing wild.
He's on the other side of the court. He's at 5.
As we've got great swing from Virian. That serve is well managed. This time the B ball. Self-coverage on the block goes a little wild.
Again, credit to Legends, in particular Baron right now. He understands the middle is having success, and he's going to keep going to it. Okay, maybe you need to change a couple of things late in the game, but why not? Make Derby make the adjustment.
That's really well read there on the Legend side. And the tip from Lucas is well covered. Out to Howell, who's blocked.
Great job by Tokariski for the block, but again, Howell tried, right? He saw the gap in the block. He just didn't execute the angle of the attack well enough, but he saw and he got what he wanted. He also did a great job because they were trying to set up the triple block early in the point, and his ability to get off the triple block, which by the way wasn't perfectly formed, that needs a bit of work, but to sprint all the way out to that left side and to get out, to be able to become an option for even to take the ball is really good awareness.
Yeah, really great, but I mean, all credit to Tokarzewski on that point. Great read on the tip early on in that rally, and then closing it out with a block to settle things for Legends, who are enjoying a 2-point advantage as we're about midway through set number 3. That's a good pass here. And the stack play, but self-coverage. Oh, that's a good push. But a free ball going to Legends. And they go outside to Ben Lucas this time.
Yeah, again, Ben Lucas one-on-one, but I understand why it's one-on-one. But right now, Legends are just starting to find their rhythm. They're starting to understand angles, and they're also starting to understand a couple of the weaknesses of Derby. So Derby have really got to just recompose, and just the next 3 or 4 points, just don't make errors. Get in system, get speed in the offense back, because everything's just come a little bit slower. There's a better example. Still wasn't as quick as we saw in set 1. It was still a little bit loopier, but again, just a differing option. I really want to see Derby's speed back up again.
Yeah, as we're going to see Nahome make his way back on as a serving substitution for Virian.
It'll be interesting to see if Nahome stays on.
He did last time, so we may see him continue. That pass, Lucas with
some sort of shot.
A sort of beachy-ish shot, but that almost slide from Howe as he has to come well inside to get to that ball, going a bit long.
Yeah. you just said, Lucas, again, just the athleticism. He expected a different type of ball, so...
That pass a little bit further back than what we've seen from Darkstar, and that's just wide of the line off that block.
Yeah. Yeah. I think from on court, it probably looked in.
Yep.
But from down the line, it was definitely just drifted. But again, more encouragement for Legends. They've really started to get more block touches and really cause some advantage, which is where Darkstar really got into set number 2.
Lucas this time with the gap in the block.
Ben Lucas masterclass. Again, this is the right matchup though as well, right? Smaller, slightly smaller blocker in the setter in the front row. Yep. On that left side with Lucas, you have to send cover, but it just puts him in a really difficult position.
Well, that's not a great pass. It's a bit of a struggle to get that one out to Lucas again. It's a great cross-court dig.
Great job to get there. It's a shame it's an overset. Lucas!
Oh!
That's an open one. Chester Searles got the reaction of head in his hand. Ben Lucas wants to eat the net. It's all going on.
The times that you want the floor to open up and swallow you. Open net, overpass. Perfect set for Ben Lucas.
I said next time he misses an open net, he can retire. Does that mean he has to leave the gym now?
Yeah, off you go.
No, him, not me.
Oh.
You're not getting rid of me that easily.
Eh.
Oh, that's error followed by...
An error?
Error.
He looked very shocked that he didn't get fingertips on that one. But from our angle, I couldn't see any deflection. Another serve again. This time, it's a good pass. Lucas gets the ball again, and this time does not make a mistake.
Yeah, I like the decision, right? Ben Lucas isn't going to make a bunch of errors continuously, so just get him back going, free him up, just make sure he stays confident, and now he gets to go back to the service line. And we know what's coming.
And a third service error for Ben Lucas in this set.
That's a great job by the line judge, by the way, because that ball was coming right at him. He bounced short, so that was just going to go down and back up into him, and he ducked under the way while making the correct call.
Which brings Bradbury back to serve. To the outside, that's a great containing block, but the recycle here. Awkward push on 2. Oh, that's good block cover here. System, so free ball to Legends.
Middle.
To the opposite. Oh, what a dig. Unfortunately, there's going to be a net touch called. That was an incredible bit of defense.
For nothing.
Yeah.
Not even like you lost a point. You were just never in the rally.
Hey, you don't have to know who wins the point to make it into the highlight reel.
Oh, no, of course. We'll see.
We'll see. Depends on the powers that be. But good pass here. One-on-one from the opposite, and that ball is just wide of the line.
That was it. I want to see that again. I think that's in. My gut was that's inside the line by that's in. That's not even close.
We can only go with what the call is on the court.
Yep.
As we'll have a second timeout here for Darkstar.
Yeah. Again, it's such a difficult job. That ball you're also tracking. So if you think you're a line judge, you have to see kind of point of contact. You've got to understand the ball's coming across the vision as well. So you're kind of tracking it. So to then pinpoint the line isn't an easy job.
No, and you have to think about like the compression of the ball, the angle it's traveling at, the speed, because the speed will impact the amount of compression that you're going to get. As Darkstar have now utilized both of their timeouts in this set. So it's now up to the players on the court to figure out a way to stay in this. Good pass to start things off. Ooh, that's
Oh,
wild.
that's not ideal.
Very wild here. You know, we've talked about the decision making of Bradbury, which has been really great. But that set,
I mean, again, Charlie Bradbury's been really good. He's been really solid. So, unfortunate timing to have an error. But again, good recovery by Brock, getting the ball back to him. That was into the crowd.
I loved the header from Maria Bertelli on the bench.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yes.
Also, it's great to see her playing the Mari Women's Super League a little bit this year. Not sure it was on the bingo card at the start of the season.
Don't think so, as we see Rakelis make his way back onto the court as that serving sub that we've seen in the last couple of sets.
Yeah, set one, right? Ace and then service error.
Yep. And straight to the middle on the Legend side. Gets him right off the service line.
But that's all about the pass. That was such a quick ball at tempo. Allowed the middle to go quick as well. Like just a beautiful all-around side out.
And that's where the rule change this year of being able to release on the toss has come into play. That's a good serve, but great pass here. And block out kill again for Howe.
The question is, if you're Darkstar, how do you put service pressure on? How do you force a mistake right now? Because you've got to find 2 or 3 break points and you haven't got many opportunities left.
Yep, aiming for the front court outside.
That helps.
That does help. That's good block coverage from the middle there in the backcourt. But it's going to be a free ball for Legends. And we're going on one again. Sorry.
Yeah.
Set on one is what I meant to say, but the awareness from Legends to see they've got Williamson in the backcourt there.
Yeah. Bartos Barron again, right? Understanding we are better in system than out of system. So if I've got the ability to stay in system and go on one, my pins are good enough to cause damage.
So 4-point advantage for Legends here going into the very last few moments of this set. And out of system, but that's a smart tip. Gets Legends so out of system that that ball goes down.
Yeah, it's one of those you want back, right? You just tried to make a stab at the ball, but all of a sudden your defender in the back from one is coming in, reading the roll, and now you end up accidentally putting it over his head.
Yep, again, if you're in the front court and you're blocking, you have to know who's behind you to be able to decide should you reach behind you or not. And if you have to ask, the answer is probably no. Somehow getting through the block that time. How does Howe do it?
How about a timeout?
How far are we going to go down this road?
Well, how long have you got?
How many points are left in this set?
3.
JC said, how about we stop?
How about he doesn't leave? But no, sorry, it's been a long weekend and it's been a long season, but I don't want to take away from the quality of this. We've seen sometimes Shield finals really good, sometimes fall a little bit flat, but right now this is delivering. There's a lot of quality going on, a lot of decision making. It's a shame, Alex Chinnery's just arrived. It's a shame he wasn't here a minute earlier because he's got no clue what just happened.
Nahome to serve again, this time long, giving Legends set point.
Yeah, I told you it was ending to take 3 points. Unfortunately, I don't think this move with Nahome coming in for Rose Vivian's worked. I don't think you go back to it if you're Maria Bertelli and Audrey Cooper. I don't think there's enough offensive output either.
Great pass here to the outside, and a smart swing again from Howe. Promise not to make any puns this time. So we're going to see reversal of the earlier substitution.
Yeah, serving sub.
Yes. So we've got Brock making his way back onto the court. Howe's serve is well handled to the middle this time. That's a great read from Brock making that block. Push ball on the middle. Doesn't get it back to the outside. Well defended here. Setter dump.
Yeah, really, really nice. Bartosz Baron's had a sensational set. Some of his decision-making's been right on point. The ability to change speeds as well, get the middles involved. And now he goes for, I think, arguably maybe his second set of dump of the entire game at set point. Really, really good by the veteran, understanding the flow, and Legends having to fight, having to work hard. First time they dropped a set all year, and that they've come back really strongly. But I still think this has got a very good chance to go 5.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, we've seen, both teams go on some excellent point runs. There's been a lot of back and forth, a lot of great performance so far. So we'll see what happens in set number 4, whether or not those changes we'll continue to see that we have been seeing as far as serving substitutions. And we'll be back with you in just a couple of minutes' time for the start of set 4. All right, we are back here for set number 4 between Legends Volleyball Oldham and the Darkstar Derbyshire men. Just confirming for you guys, there are no changes on either side of the net in the lineups. We have the same players making their way onto the courts. Only 5 points separate these teams across the first 3 sets.
Yeah, as I say, we were just having a look while we had a little bit of time off and catching up. The only difference is Derby hitting errors. Like everything else is so similar. 36, 35 kills, 3 aces versus 4, 6 blocks versus 7 blocks, 11 service errors each. It's the 6 points Derby have given up extra on hitting errors that have kind of taken it. But right now it's about establishing the blocking dominance, because I think that's where this game's going to be won or lost.
Oh, that's a good dig here from Bradbury. Somehow that ball is kept legal. That's impressive. And a block covered out
Great
to Lucas
set
from the opposite, who's shut down.
That is all about the recovery to keep the ball alive by Trafin Brock. The ability and then the swing to lock it in. That's such a big momentum point at the start of the set. You don't want to be trailing early.
As we have a service error from Bradbury. We saw on the previous serve, he did change up that 1-5 serve that he's been doing all match and did target Lucas for a 1-1 as Ben Lucas makes his way back to the service line. Good up here from Darby. That ball with a little too much height, too easy for Chester Sarl. Oh, what a touch again! Spencer. And to the middle this time, but misconnection for Oldham.
Are we heading towards a libero MVP?
Potentially, and I do apologize as well because I just said Spencer as the lib, but it was actually Miller that was on court in that moment. So, Miller,
Yeah.
what a dig.
Derby have been rotating a little bit through. Joseph's been snuck on a few times, but it's Miller making the defensive plays.
Oh, and that's a great high hand swing from Zielinski. So Lejewski serves. Great pass. And that's nearly good block cover, but oh,
touch.
Excuse me, it's going to be point for Darkstar.
I say there was a net touch involved. There's definitely a net touch.
Not sure who it was that touched the net. Big
It
discussion
was
here.
definitely a Darkstar player. The question is, what is the call? You know what? I'm actually not sure there is a net touch. Luckily I've got YouTube. Oh.
And Richard Burbage, after discussion with the second referee, agrees that there's no net touch, and
The net moves. I still don't quite understand how it moves, because there's no one colliding with the net.
it's how outside the antenna, which is legal.
Oh, he hits the post. Yeah, good spot.
As Darkstar take the next point.
I'll tell you in a second.
Okay. And then, of course, there's a net touch to follow that up.
Of course. Laws of
Big
volleyball.
through the middle.
There's
Somehow
no net
picked
touch
up.
there.
Nope, that was all the ball. Ugly push. Oh, what a one-handed dig. That is incredible. And a set from Virian. Covered, but not recoverable.
Brock with the pickup. This Darkstar team are just not dying defensively. They are making so many hustle plays, athleticism all abound, and it's a credit to them. This is why they've had such a good season, just dropping one set in this trophy. And of course, promoted to Division 1 as well.
Exactly. Big congratulations to them already, as that's a good, quick middle. Saul to the outside. Big block out swing there from Zielinski. Petrovitz to serve again. That's a tough serve, and it's an ace.
You can't do a lot about that. It's got late movement. It's got heat. Petrovitz, has done a really good job of just applying pressure, but he's the one that's not made mistakes either.
Another tough serve. This time the libero comes in to take that. And that was smart from the middle to try and draw the block, but well watched from Zielinski.
Yeah, this is all Zielinski. Watch this at home. You get all the eye candy, the middle separates, but Zielinski stays disciplined. He doesn't drift inside at all. And that means when he jumps, he can jump off to take a bit more of that cross-court angle.
Petrovitz with more heat. That one looked like it was going long, but instead, it is an ace. So timeout for Derby.
Yeah, two massive serves. We've had the worst serve of the season. We're now getting some of the best at the crucial moments. Legends really starting to feel momentum, starting to just control the rallies. And again, it's noticeable that this service pressure's really slowed down Derby through the middle. We haven't seen many middle runs now. Now, we didn't have a lot of success, but what it allowed is those more one-on-one moments. And that's what Derby got to get into. They've got to find a way just to have a couple of solid receptions, get the middles a couple of swings.
Yeah, exactly. But really tough to get in a perfect reception on a serve with this much heat. So potentially looking for a coach's point here off the back of that timeout. Is this going to be some pressure that puts Patrovic off and has him serve another error? And the answer is yes. Coach's point it is. But a good service run, 2 aces and 1 service error there. The float serve is tight, but well watched there from Howe. Great dig. That's wild, so it's going to be free ball back. This time they go to the opposite, into the net.
I like the idea, though. If you just think the last few points that Patrovic has done, right? He's had a couple of big swings. His arm's kind of warm. He's really connecting with the ball. So to go back to him on the 10's a really good idea. It's a shame it doesn't come off.
Yeah, just a little too low on that set. So Darkstar still in this one, only 2 points down. Early doors as Virian is back to the service line. Targeting Sorrel, but perfect pass. Good containing block touch. Middle.
There you go.
On return this time.
That's what you need.
Great from Ilya Robbins on that quick middle attack. Just going to have a bit of a tidy up of some tape that's been pulled away. Virian with a very high serve. And quick middle from Legends in return is put away.
Anything you can do, I can do. Both teams have established the middle really different ways. But again, it's just enough that this is going to free up Ben Lucas and people like that late in the set.
That's a beautiful pass.
Great move.
Talk about establishing the middle, and I know that's not exactly the middle, but straight through on the pipe.
Well, you can't get more middle than the pipe attack, dead through, dead center of 6. But it all came from the middle, running on a slide.
Yep, giving that open net. There's a tower block for Brock, and he goes straight between them. So it's Howe. That's a tight serve.
Over.
Tight.
Wrong side of the net.
Yep, that's a great call from the refereeing team.
Great call, an easy call as well. You're looking right over it. Richard Burbridge, he's not going to make that mistake. Chester Searle over for a chap. Good luck reversing that one.
And just like that, Darkstar have leveled things back up. We're 8-all in the 4th set. Legends leading 2-1 with Howe on the service line. Good pass to the outside. Diving dig. Overpass is covered.
Set.
To the outside, Ben Lucas with a 2-handed push. Collision.
Oof.
They are okay.
A, they're okay, but B, they nearly got that up again.
I know. I might be a little biased as a libero, but I love seeing this type of defensive action. You can see just how much, and we've seen great defensive action on both sides of the net, but you can see just how much these teams really want to stay in every single point. Get a hand on every ball. Don't just let it hit the floor. Good serve, but beautiful pass again. And what looked to be a relatively low set for Robbins.
But that's all set up. 2 points to go as we get to
9-9. And yes, we did just high five after that because...
Why not?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's not the best pass from Chester. But that is the best swing from Lucas.
Oh, the one part of the ceiling that is its lowest, the little ventilation system in the way. If that's either side of that ball's going to be legal to play. It only just clipped it.
So Bartosz Baron to serve. Good pass again. And an inside ball swing from Brock.
Derby, I'm really impressed with the decisions to keep mixing up this offense, taking more risk. You've just seen the pipe attack off the middle slide. You then go to the middle the second time. Now you're bringing your left side in a little bit to create different angles, keep the block moving. This is really smart setting.
That's a great pass from Lucas. But the set's over. Richard Burbage disagrees with Ben Lucas, who's arguing that that was an invasion.
I'll be honest. It feels like Ollie Tuck. Don't need to go to the chair every second point. Like at some point, this is a time delay. You're slowing the game down because Darkstar are coming back into this.
Yep.
It's not a serious appeal.
Bradbury now targeting Lucas, but goes long again. Still a very tight game. As Lucas is now on the service line. Tough topspin coming in. So tough it's long from Lucas. I hear Mark Perkins down as our MC saying that was just long. I'm going to have to disagree with him on that. A little more than just long.
It was closer than some of the serves we've seen today.
That's a low bar as Brock follows that up with the service errors. That's 4 service errors in a row between the two teams. As we now have Lejewski back to serve for Legends. He does put the ball in. Good pass here to the opposite. Oh, Virian this time looking for a line angle that did not exist. The serve, that's probably the worst pass we've seen from the libero on the Darkstar side, but doesn't matter in the end as Brock puts it away.
Yeah, a little bit of a bailout point, but again, the dynamic nature of this game, both teams just continuing to just take everyone's best shot. No touch.
No touch. That was a wild swing, I think.
It's a good job we didn't book a 6 o'clock train home.
I drove, so I can go whenever I feel like.
Okay, yeah, you did. But you get the point. Like this day of volleyball, the reminder, the under-18 women's game this morning was a long 4-4 sets. This is going long with a potential of a 5.
That's a big net touch from Howe. I completely agree with the referee here.
Yeah, net touch before the out.
Yep.
It's one of those, if the ball's straight down on the floor, you let the net touch go because the ball's already hit the floor. But
yep, exactly.
As I say, this under-18 men's final should start in 18 minutes. They won't be on court in 18 minutes.
Nope.
It might be an hour and 18 minutes.
Could be. Never know. Patchowitz with another really tough serve. Again, hitting that
ventilation system.
But he had some aces on his last service run.
Yeah.
Starting off strong here again.
Yeah. Paushevich done a really nice job of staying composed, but again, he gets so much late movement on the ball.
What a pass. Out to the outside. This time a net touch on the Legend side.
Yep. Tokareski immediately owned up to it.
Yep. As we do see that serving substitution happen again. Nahome is in for Virian.
I'm not a fan of this. But Virian has been quiet as well as an attacking option.
Great pass here from Lucas. He gets the one-handed touch, but is just in the way of his teammate.
Just over-eagerness. Be composed. Be on your feet. He got too tight. And then when the tip came, he wasn't in position.
Zielinski from the service line.
Great serve.
And this is where your changes, especially when you've got passing opposite in, can really make your team struggle because you've now got somebody that's not been in the passing unit as much as Virian has been.
That's why you don't make the change.
But let off that time as Zielinski puts this next serve long. Howe from the service line. Great pass here. A quick ball to Lucas. That's a huge cover from Chester. And then a two-handed tip on an open net.
Oh, just misconnected. That's tight.
That's good cover, though, from the setter. Brock down the line. Scooping hand keeps the ball alive as Lucas well long of the line. Legend saying that there was a touch. But Richard Burbage and the line judge both agreeing no touch. But of course, Chester straight back over to speak to the referee again. As Michael's over here pointing at his watch. Late call of out. Nearly.
Great recycle.
Well, to do some recovery work on that. But, ooh, and a shout through the net here after that kill from Tokarzewski. Will we have, oh.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Audrey Cooper spotted it.
So.
And also, the fact that it's differing who keeps going up to the net. Obviously, oh, Chester's out on rotation, that's why.
Yep.
That's why Ben Lucas is up. Yep, that's my fault.
Out to the outside. Little feathery touch there from Brock. And Lucas again, what a leave. That is some incredible court awareness.
Again, it's one of those things, right? It's a leave as much by I'm not doing anything with the ball than it is a leave. But again, make sure you don't get hit by the ball on the way out.
I don't know. Sam Miller was in a really good position there as Chester Searle is ace again. We've seen a couple aces from Robbins.
Can also see Chester Searle murling some words that we are not allowed to repeat on commentary.
Yep.
And a quick timeout just to let the regroup.
Yeah, tension's running a bit high here. Good to give the lads a bit of a moment to reset themselves, take a breather. As Lejewski, who's both the head coach and the middles, has a word with his teammates.
But I'll tell you what, the other thing we haven't really dug into, we talked about it, the little, as much as we give players, it's coaches as well, right? The little adjustments in this game, the little establishing the middles, like Legends working around the block that Darkstar put up in set 2. Like the little tweaks make such a difference. And just to have calm, composed messaging in the timeouts from the sideline, the charts that both teams are drawing up, keeping tendencies to make adjustments has been really high quality. That one is a coach's point for Rafael Lejewski.
Yes, as Robbins had one ace, one service error in that service run. And we will see a substitution here for Legends as we've got Patrick Welzak coming in to make his debut as a serving sub for... Yeah, interesting. Who's setting? No setter on the court.
Find out in a minute. Or not.
Or not. As Brock demolishes yet another one. Bradbury targeting Lucas.
Ooh.
But that does free ball for Darkstar. Huge block from Lucas. Free ball for Legends in turn. And that is kept alive. Richard Burbage happy with that touch. Out to Lucas again. Recycled touch here to the outside.
That's a absolute monster swing by Bajovic. They had no right to go on that. That was a high loopy out of system ball. Blockers were there and he just found a tight gap. Get it in front of the 6 as well.
So reliable in those pressure moments. As Lucas with a float serve this time. Decent pass here to Brock from the outside. Striking the ball boy, but I think he's okay.
Oh, it's Magic. Magic could be run over and he'd still just pop back up.
Gonna have that same serving substitution again for Darkstar that we've seen.
Yep.
As Brock comes off to be replaced with Rickles. That's a decent pass. Out to the opposite again, who's been on fire for Legends.
Yeah, it's a really good setting decision, but for me, if I'm Howe, I'm holding that pin a little bit more. He never quite closed out on that all the way, and it meant he was moving, and that just gives him such a big target to play for the block out.
As the captain serves here for Legends. That's a beautiful pass yet again. And what a line shot. I'm holding myself back from asking the question, but genuinely.
How?
There is no space between Pachowski and
Well, I think that's what he turned around and asked Baron, like, were you not there? And Baron was like, no, there wasn't a seam. Good one set.
That's a beautiful one-handed set.
We saw a couple of great ones by Sonayasha in the cup final. Baron, here's one of his own. That's such a tight ball. And to put it straight into the hitting arc.
Great reach to get a hand on that ball before it crosses the plane of the net.
Tokareski with the kill, and now in the crunch moment of the game, first to 3.
With Pachovitz on the line, but good pass here from Darby. But a huge block from Tokarevsky.
Back to back. 1 block, 1 kill, time out Derby, and I think we get to see this again. It's a good pass. Right decision, and Tokarevsky just says, no, not in my house. We want to go back to Oldham with this trophy. We've seen Ernst and Grammer go north with 2. Now it's time for one of our own, and they move to 2 points away.
Huge there. I mean, they've got Pachovitz on the service line, have Legends. He's been so hard to deal with. But last time around, that was the other timeout. It was on his serve. Yeah. Service error after the timeout.
They've reversed the earlier sub as well. So Naomi is out, Vivian back in. But I think this is the moment. I was about to say before the point, this is the side out you must get if you're Derby to get the best server in this game off the line. Over. Oh, well rescued.
That's very well rescued. Out to the outside, and that containing block goes wide.
That's so good by Bradbury, because Bradbury has so much ground to cover because he's in 6.
He has been excellent today as Pachovitz has the serve for Legends match point.
Great
and look at that pass. Great push to the opposite. Virian puts the kill down, keeping Darkstar in this match.
Tokareski's frustrated. I think he thought he had a beat on that one. Now what do you do if you're Vivian? You got to put some serve pressure on. You need a break point, but you've been cold. You've not served in a while.
Good pass from Lucas.
Free ball.
Can they close it out using this? Great swing from the pipe.
It's a great decision to go pipe.
Brock has been on fire for Darkstar. He is the hand that you want to give that ball to when you've got a pressure moment.
Better serve.
Good serve, but that's a great pass as well. Better set this time, but it's going to be out of system here for Darkstar. Free to Legends. They go outside again. And this time, no chance to dig that ball.
Zielinski's not been super in the offense throughout these 4 sets. They go to him down the stretch and he just obliterates the ball. Championship point number 3.
Zielinski serves. Varian, perfect pass. And from the outside, Howe puts that block out.
Good decision again, trying to go for the seam of the block rather than push the line. A little bit safe. If you don't make it, you're not gonna have the error. But aggressive enough that you put pressure on, and he gets to go back to the line.
Which brings Brock to the front court. That's a good pass, though, on the Legend side. Lucas,
well
up there. What a block. Oh, my God. Michael Hansenhorst has had to walk away for a moment as we have second timeout called here for Legends.
Highlight after highlight after highlight here at Loughborough University. I don't want a 4th championship point against me. Take this back. Not once, but twice.
I mean, if ever you have a moment that you want something excellent from your captain, that is it. And that gives Darkstar set point to potentially take this to 5.
Crowd, wake up.
How are they not going mad down there?
I don't
Genuinely.
know.
Are they not watching this match?
I mean, they are.
I mean, it would be really funny if they all cheered about 20 seconds later because they're listening to us instead of watching the match, but, you know.
So, set point Derby for the tiebreak.
How? That's not the best of passes. Lucas with the rolling shot into the corner. Smart swing from him.
Yeah, but that's an in-system defensive play. Your 6 should be seeing that and starting to rotate to his right, and he moved late to Matthew Howe.
Yep. It's a long set. It's been a long match already. But the service error from Tokarzewski gives a set point as the
Ilya Robbins,
who has had an ace in this set. That's a good pass, though.
Great
to
set.
the oppo, open net. Oh, what a dig from
That's
the
going
middle.
in. That was going on the line.
And then tip, but that's covered. To the outside. Brock with a tip this time. Oh. And this time back to the opposite, but wide. We are going 2-5 in this men's Shield final. Huge.
But I know it's a 10 ball, so it's not a front row attack. But for Palcevic, with how good he's been, to not bury the open net is almost a bigger shock as anything.
Yep. He has been so solid.
It wasn't a bad swing either, by the way.
And I'm sure, like, what was it, 2 minutes ago I said he's been so important for them on those clutch points.
It's just the fact that he got the open net.
Yeah. Too greedy. It happens all the time. Okay, we're going to take just a moment's time to talk to each other, and then we'll be back in just a second for set number 5. Welcome back as we are just about to see an exciting fifth set. Going to 15 points. Got to win by 2. We'll see a change of ends at 8 points. Confirmation that there have been no lineup changes for either squad. You mentioned that Legends haven't gone long this season.
Haven't gone to 4, never mind 5.
Yeah. Does fatigue come into play? Or will it not matter? As Charlie Bradbury for Darkstar Derbyshire is going to get us started off.
Yeah, no, correct. You get a different ball. You get the same as set number 1. The ball comes from the officials. I don't even know what to say. I have no idea where this title's going. This is 2 teams just going blow for blow. This is a coin flip.
Bradbury's serve is good. Puts pressure on Sorrel. Outside. Patchwitz from the outside this time.
That's such a daring and impressive swing. He has to stop his approach after 1 step to slow everything down before re-going.
And you can see Miller a bit frustrated with his team there. That ball was only going one place, but that block wasn't fully closed. As Lucas puts in a float serve. So out of system set to the outside. And somehow, again, out of system high ball coming from 6. Why is there a big gap in that block?
Fatigue.
Great swing there from Brock, though.
We're now in 55 into what's been a physical game.
Well left by Chester Sorrel as Brock's serve goes just long of the inline. You're right, this has been a tough match. There have been some very long rallies. Good dig on Howe.
Oops! Oh!
Oh!
No way! Go over!
Is
Go
it
over!
going? Is it going? Oh my God! How? How? Free ball for Darkstar. Tip from the pipe. Oh, it's a net touch on Legends. Point for Derby.
Ladies and gentlemen, go home. That is the save of the season. Over the LED boards, a kick save that I've only seen at Crystal Palace on a beach in the last 6 months. And they somehow win the point. I don't even know what Chester Searle could be saying. You see Audrey Cooper there coaching. That has to make social highlights.
Has to. Good pass here from Sorrel. To the opposite, who has to cover himself. So it's going to be a tough swing there on the outside, but an error. How much does that save, that point, give Darkstar the momentum? That's a good pass again here on the Legend side. And that B-ball's blocked but recovered. To the opposite again. Ooh, to the face.
I don't think it was. I think it was upper chest, but that was absolutely caught. And he was unsighted by the block.
Yep. Yeah, just outside. The block gave him a little too much line there to say that they didn't have a libero behind them. So Patchevitz from the service line. This time the net tape slows it down. Ooh, that's another wide set, but Varian does.
Oh.
Gonna have a replay here as Richard Burbage almost knocked off of the refereeing stand. Chester Sorrel.
Everyone checking he's okay. It's really good. Great effort by everyone. Stan and Mark having far too much fun with what could have been a very major injury.
Yeah.
Maybe not to Richard Burbridge, but to the photographer Evelyn and Magic sat behind him.
Yes.
But glad it's okay. No one
Patchwitz this
worried
time.
about that.
No net trickler. Oh. And the block coverage that time just lacking a bit on the Darkstar side. That's a great block though. Great setup. Between Barron and Tokarzewski. Big serve. Perfect pass. Oh, and a misconnection through the middle.
This game swings and roundabouts. Round we go. Now it's Darkstar, who you talked about momentum, having to use one of the two 30-second timeouts in set 5. Couple of misconnections. Again, the right idea. The middles have been quiet. You pull that off, you probably got a kill, but unfortunately for Bradbury, just not quite the right set. But again, hard to fault him. He's set so many balls. His decision-making's been good. The errors are going to come at some point.
Yeah.
You've just now got to be perfect to chase back into this game.
Exactly, but it's a good time. You know, it feels early in a set to call a timeout, but just a reminder, because there's a change of ends at 8 points, there's a big psychological impact to being the team that triggers that change of ends. So trying to stem the flow of momentum now, before it gets to that point, is really important for Derby here. So Pajovic again from the service line. That's a beautiful pass again.
That's it.
And this time, the block falls in again.
Derby just need one side out here. You just got to get Bakovic off the service line. Okay, a couple have rolled off the net and taken some sting off, but this is a rotation. Darkstar have struggled in all game. So if you can get a side out and trail 6-4, you're okay, but if it gets to 8, you're in trouble.
Good pass again. Here we go. Tip this time. And it's taken off, but great save from Lucas. But it is going to be a free ball here. And this time, another great block. Tokarczewski at the net is setting up that wall.
That's just an absolute dagger. Psychologically, as much as anything else. Like, you've got Ben Lucas chasing a mile to get to a save. You earn the free ball. You get everything you want, and yet Legends are disciplined enough to stay with it and get the block up. And don't forget, this was heartbreak, having just dropped 2 championship points.
And this time, the service error puts a pause on that potential change of ends here as Virian makes his way back to the service line. And that one goes just long.
Ooh,
Early
early out call, but that didn't miss by a lot. That was dropping late. But 8-4 is convincing. It gives you room for error, and that's always what you want in set 5 in pressure moments. That you don't have to be perfect. You've got to be good, but if you've just got that point where you know you can be a bit more aggressive, because if you make a hitting error, it's not going to kill you. That's such a relief.
And to be on the other end of that, 4 points down on the change of ends.
Derby have to be perfect.
Yeah. It's a lot of mental pressure.
But they've been perfect in clutch situations.
Speaking of perfect, that's a great pass. And the first setter dump that we've seen from Charlie Bradbury.
I think so. That's what my immediate head, before you even said it, I went, have we seen that all day?
Nope. What a time to bring that in. He's had a couple hitters get blocked.
Yep.
Virian serves again. It's a good pass. But the one-on-one, oh, that's a great dig. Brock with a power tip. Searle nearly chases that down, but that's the decision-making is absolutely on point.
Yeah, that's really impressive. But also, that's everything you want if you're Legends, right? You get Ben Lucas one-on-one against the smaller blocker in Bradbury, and then to make the defensive play and keep the control of the rally. One-handed power tip, yep.
And the call's going to be that it came off of Legends last.
Yeah, double touch and an immediate timeout. So it wasn't a great angle, but that ball basically deflected off the block back onto the hitter and then out of play on that tight kind of touch. So a little bit lucky if you're Darkstar.
Yes.
But you'll take it, and all of a sudden, from 4 down, it's 3 in a row. Legends now on the back foot, and we're very, very close to coming back to level. And again, you talk about demands on players. If Darkstar get to tie this up, or even take a 1-point lead, it's going to be really difficult for Legends just to regain.
That was a very short timeout from Legends. Is the timeout call just
we're
set?
okay.
Yeah. Good pass here to the middle. Nearly picked up, but through the arms this time of Miller. Great swing. Great timing for using that middle there.
Brock is going to want that back. He just got too aggressive to the middle. He thought everything was going one way, and it was just enough that it basically isolated, and he wasn't in position to line up.
High but off from Virian. What a swing.
Way to bounce back. Just going line, high hand off the right.
One point between these two squads. That's a good pass. Great read from the captain. Good cover.
Brock's
down.
hurt.
Nope. Is he hurt? Is he okay? Two-handed push.
Oh! Number 9!
Come on,
Out of
Williams.
nowhere, Sam Williamson. 4, 9, 9.
9. Oh my God.
Number 9 for 9-9.
That is an amazing amount of court awareness to see that nobody's at the net. Legends are still scrambling. Put the ball down.
It's a middle, by the way.
That is a middle. And
Lucas misses.
Ben Lucas says, I think he's just now, and Chester Saul calls the timeout now. I think Ben Lucas at this point is just saying that there's a touch for the sake of saying that there's a touch.
Yeah, of course. But we talked about it. It's interesting that Legends have gone this early to use the second timeout. You don't have now room. If Darkstar win another, you're only one down. You've got a lot of volleyball left. We're going to, the way this is going, this is 8, 9, 10 points. You now don't have any time for correction. And we'll have a look at one of those. It was a two-handed by Lucas. And then this is the Bradbury one. Instincts. No one's rising for that. You're never going to put that ball over. Your body is facing the referee.
Huge there as Robin serves. Oh, into the net tape.
Coach's point. Chester Stoll / Rafael Lejeski Gasol called the timeout. And now we're in a race to 5. 10-10, 15, but got to be too clear.
Virian does well to keep track of that ball off the net tape, but huge block.
Lejeski tracks that so well. Just moving that little bit of a shuffle to the left before he elevated, understanding the middle was drifting.
The composure of the players on both sides of the net right now, though, is incredible. As it goes out to Brock, who tags the line. That looked well in to me. Yes. Richard Burbridge agrees.
Really interesting that Anna Jukowska didn't make a call. And that's the training. That's the advantage of having 4 trained referees. If they're not sure, they don't make a signal. Let the lead make the call. Don't give an influence when you're completely guessing. That's such smart refereeing. It's a tough spot for Richard Burbridge as well, by the way.
And somehow Ben Lucas makes it across the net on that one, but that serve really put some pressure onto Chester Sorrell. And that brings Lucas up to the service line.
This is another must-have side out.
Lucas with a float serve.
Go safe.
Decent pass. Huge swing from Virian. And now Legends feel the pain of
the ventilation system. But really interesting that Ben Lucas, 12-11 in the 5th. Now is the moment you take some pace off. You make sure ball is in play. All day we've seen him just go hammer and tong after serve, deciding with the awareness, make Derby earn it, and they did there. What a game this is.
As we have Rikulis back in for the serving sub. Good targeted serve. And this time, it is Howe shutting down
How
Patrick.
do you do that? Matthew Howe, 12-12, one-on-one, best hitter, and sends it back.
So locked in. Knew where that ball was going, committed. And on the Legend side, to the outside this time.
On
and
again!
This time it's Williamson. As Darkstar are building that wall brick by brick. And it is impenetrable.
And now you don't have a timeout.
Which gives us
And
a
instead,
championship point.
Legends had championship points in 4. Now Darkstar Derbyshire have 2 of their own.
Raquel serves again. One-handed set. Oh, that's does well to get
Beachy.
over the net. Yeah. Virian is covered. Great block coverage. That's a very tight set. Ooh, net touch. It's going to go against Legends. And that means that Darkstar.
Wait. We don't have a call. Wait a minute. Do they both go in the net?
Oh.
I agree. I think they both go in the net. That's a high-quality call.
That is an excellent call. And this is, it's very clear in the FIVB rulebook. If errors occur on both sides of the net at the same time, the ball should be replayed. So Ricoles serves again. Chesterstall flying in to take that ball. And
Rejected 3
Howe
blocks.
again. 3 blocks.
Apologies. Minor technical difficulty on match point as we went to chase the celebrations. Darkstar Derbyshire 3 blocks in a row for the championship in what was an incredible match. Jess Smith, that had everything you want in a final. Drama, blocks, and that Darkstar Derbyshire block disappeared in sets 3 and 4. It was there in set 2. That's why they won set 2. But to come back through the back end of that game, you see here, 2 blocks in set, but they had 4 in set 2, 0 in 3. Yes, they had 3 and 4. It didn't feel, but you come up with 3 in a row to close out a championship. Finding ways to win, that was so enthralling. Twists and turns, and that's just representative of how high-level volleyball that was. That was a fitting occasion if that was a men's national cup final.
Oh, yes, definitely. That was an incredible match of volleyball. Really love to see it. And yeah, that block party right at the end of the 5th set to close things out for Darkstar Derbyshire, despite Legends having, 3 match points in set 4.
Is it? Yeah.
At least 3, maybe 4. We'll see. But very well played. Huge performance from players on both sides of the net. Some really incredible and athletic defensive moments.
No.
And in just a few moments' time, we will be with you for the medal presentations here on this court to crown our men's National Shield champions, Darkstar Derbyshire.
I mean, you talked about how close this game was. We talked about differences. 111 points each, 53 kills each. Legends had one more ace, 6-5. They had one more block, 13-12. Darkstar had a couple of more errors, service errors thrown in. Like, how tight these two teams were. I could watch that again. Like, that was so good. Every player on the court made plays. How impactful at 12-all is that kick save at 2-1 in the 5th set? That's a point either way. Instead of 12-12, that's 13-11.
Yeah.
Little things like that. Chester Searle, again, we talked about it with Mallory. Chester's another one that he's got so close so many times. Nathan Fullerton and Chester Searle probably be having a long catch-up at some point about why they ever turn up to a final, because it just ever so slightly seems to slip away. But you can't fault them because they were great. Again, a point here or there, but Chester made some ridiculous pickups, and that was just such an awesome game, so enjoyable. And we've got one more to go, Jess Smith. We have one more final still left.
Is it going to be as good as this one? Can it be as good as this one? So starting with the medal presentation, we will first recognize our excellent officiating staff. We had Richard Burbridge as first referee.
And Gianni Sutton.
As our second referee. Thank you, Michael.
And we've got Brendan Fogarty and Anton Kornilov, two of the Volleyball England board directors presenting the medals. Obviously, Anton was on the bench earlier today for Richmond under 15s.
So congratulations to our runners-up this year, which is Legends Volleyball Oldham, starting, of course, with their captain, Chester Searle. Then number 1, Vincent Adjumani. Number 4, Joshua Lee. Number 5, Patrick Walczek. Number 6, Bartosz Baron.
Who was sensational. His setting decisions were terrific.
Yep. Number 8, Marcin Paszowicz. Excellent through the opposite.
Yeah, 14 kills in the end, 3 aces as well, and the worst serve of the season.
Definitely. And almost the second worst serve of the season. Number 10, Ben Lucas. Number 11, Rafał Lajewski, who's both the head coach and their one of their middles. Artur Zielinski, number 14. Number 15, Adrian Fernandez Vasquez. Number 16, Chung Long. Number 18, Navid Lam. Number 21, Lukas Czerkozewski. Powerhouse through the middle.
I was going to say that maybe the unheralded performance, like just so solid, didn't make many errors. 11 kills, 4 blocks, just super efficient, but the amount of block touches he got as well.
Yeah, and rounding that out, their backup libero, number 33, Jose Puello. Again, congratulations to the runners-up as we now crown the champions. Darkstar Derbyshire heading home with the gold medal, starting with their captain, Ilya Robbins, with a couple of clutch aces in there. Libero number 2, Joseph Spencer. Number 3, Oliver Fountain. Number 4, Trafin Brock. Number 7, Rars Virian.
I think going back to him was big. He was just really solid. Wasn't special, but he didn't make errors today. He was just, even in service, even when he was called upon, it was a 2-3-point pass every time.
Yep. And number 9, Sam Williamson, who made that excellent second ball kill and had a clutch block towards the end of that. Number 10, Nahome Teweld. Number 12, Charlie Bradbury. Excellent setting decisions today. Number 13, Jeremiah Zachary. Number 16, Matthew Howe. And how does he do it? Number 21, Tim Rikeles. And, of course, their other libero, number 11, Sam Miller, who was excellent in defense. And they are headed up by assistant coach Maria Bertelli and head coach Audrey Cooper.
If I'm a Super League coach, I'm looking at a couple of these players. Are they available next year? Especially Newcastle staff's coming up. That's not tremendously far from Derby. If it's a situation you can make work, there's a couple of these players that you have to be considering.
Oh, yeah, definitely. As we are going to have the MVP announced now with 27 total points, including 24 attacks. Sorry, 24 kills. Sorry, I'm repeating something that Stan has said. And 3 blocks. Number 4, Trafim Brock. He was so important to this Darkstar victory today.
I mean, it's wrong to say it was easy. But at the same time, he made it a lot simpler than it could have been. 5 hitting errors, 24 kills is something that you don't see often in a big final. But the timing of the kills, when you need a point every time he went to him, it wasn't a perfect set every time, but he found a way to play through and over a big size block. sensational decision making and well-deserved award, and a screamer celebration is good too.
Yes, exactly. I mean, you're right. To see how he was able to hit things out of system, as we're just going to have the trophy handed over, and then we'll see a trophy lift here from Darkstar Derbyshire. Huge congratulations to them, very well deserved, and we will see them in the National Cup next season.
Yeah, it's a terrific game. Like it's one of those, you're almost sad someone goes home as a runner-up. Now, obviously, if you get a medal, you'd rather gold and silver, but the fact that both teams walk out of here with something is a testament. And people at home is still watching. Like, tell your friends to go back and watch this game.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
This is the highest level as you're going to see. Both teams just trading emotions, plays over, and we've got one more to go, Jess Smith. And this one could be another 5-set thriller.
Yes, really excited to watch our next and final match of the weekend, as we have the under-18 boys here on court number 1 with a 5:05 first serve, revised from 4 p.m. This is between Richmond and the Leeds Gorse.
Multiple Super League players. This is going to be a thriller. We need a break because we're back on that call, Jess, but as Jess said, give or take 35, 40 minutes, get the teams on court. They've had the longest warm-up ever without hitting a volleyball, so they'll be excited to get on court.
Yes, definitely. So thank you so much for joining us today on behalf of myself, Jess Smith, and Michael Hansen-Morris. We will see you in about a half an hour.